Okay, so what we thought of this particular meetup that okay, couple of days me and Mukesh we were talking about it. Okay, let's have one quick online QA meetup. And earlier we were planning to have this meetup, in Bangalore, and we were trying to visit a couple of cities in India, but we could not make it possible just because of this Corona crisis is happening. So what we thought, okay, let's have this quick QA meetup where from different region, from different countries, from different cities, people can we can meet and we can have some chit chat, we can share some knowledge together. So that will be a great session. Why not, right? So this particular meetup, we thought of okay, we will have two important topics and two interesting topics. One topic is presented by me, that is how can we use T-Esults? It's a kind of web report. It's getting famous, and a lot of companies they have started using this. And I'm pretty much sure that okay, you will be liking it. So far, we have seen that okay, a typical extend report, LAR report, and TestNG report. Some people are customizing it. Some people are adding some different flavors and available, in the form of TestNG listeners, and all those things are available. Or some people are using a JUnit report and Cucumber report and all those things. So this report is slightly different. You don't need to, add an extra flavor for that. It's available on a separate server on their web portal on their cloud. So you don't need to take care about it. Okay, how exactly you're going to integrate with Jenkins and everything. So it's very simple. It's very straightforward. You just need to create a listener for that, and you just need to add it. You just need to configure it. The only, I won't say disadvantage, but obviously it's really cool feature, and it's there is a company who is giving all the supports and everything, so it's a paid tool. But paid tool with number of users, if you're going more than 25 users or more than some different projects, in that case only you have to pay for it. Otherwise you just need to use it free, and it's a free version is also available, and it's really really cool. So you don't need to download anything, you just need to configure, and you need to add a dependency in your if you're using, let's see, Maven project and Pomod XML file, you just need to add it over there. So let okay, let's start. And people who are not able to hear, guys, please check your audio settings and be on mute. So this is what I'm talking about. That okay, let me open this 1 second. Let me just this is okay, let me just minimize this. Let me open my Firefox. This is what I'm talking about. On Google, you just simply write T-Esults.com. So the moment you write T-Esults.com, you will see that okay, this is their portal. They have given really good information about it. This is their dashboard. It looks like this, and then you can execute your test cases. This is the testing report, and we will talk about that. Okay, what are different documentation is available and everything. And they have given really good support, easy setup with respect to documentation with respect to different technologies, different tools. If you are using, let's say, Cypress, Protector, WebDriver, IO, and if you have any questions, really like this. And then they have really good support, and they have a lot of companies like eBay, Capgemini, Intel, Accenture, Philips. These people are using this particular report. They have given some demos also. So from last 1 and 2 months, I'm just monitoring this particular tool. I've seen that okay, there are a lot of progress, a lot of good things these guys they have developed, and I can see that's a really good tool that you can also easily you can integrate in your project as well. So what you just need to do that you just need to click on sign up. Okay, and on this particular sign up, you just need to create a login over here. You just need to register over here, that email ID, password, first name, last name, and sign up. So I'm not going to sign up because I've already signed up, and I'm just going to log in directly. So the moment you log in, let's see, this is my username, password, and you just need to click on login. So the moment you log in, guys, that it will give you a result dashboard. You can see that okay, some results I can see that okay over here. So in your case, the result section will be blank because this is the first time you are using it. What you just need to do that you just need to go to their config. In configuration, what you have to do, you just need to click on create a new project. You have to create a project over here. So let's say I'm going to create a project. Let's see our QA meetup project. Okay, and this is QA meetup, a demo project I'm going to create, and simple click on create. The moment you click on create, it will give you okay. They have two major plans. One is the paid plan. You have to pay $200 per month, and with 8 targets, 25 each, up to 25 team members, you can use it. Okay, simple like that. So we don't need to talk about, let's see, the paid version. If you really like this tool and if you really want to propose in your company, you can propose to your management or to your QA manager if you have budget. It's a great tool to use it. But if you, let's say you have only 25 team members, and at a time you just want to execute 100 test cases, okay, for each test run, you don't need to pay anything. It's $0, and click on confirm. And the moment you click on confirm, it will give you one token ID. Can you see that this is the target token? And this target token is very important. So what you just need to do, you just need to copy this particular target token. Okay. And what you need to do that after that, you right click on in this their documentation section and open in a new tab. Do not delete this particular page and do not close it. And go to their documentation and look at this beautiful documentation. It's very simple, plain English, simple language they have written, and they have given that okay, they are going to integrate with JUnit 5 4 TestNG. If you're using Python, PyTest is there, robot framework is there. Okay, MS Test if you want to use it. If you're using, let's say, NUnit 3 or 2, or okay, RSpec for VDD framework, also for C Sharp, Mocha, Jest, Protector, Cypress, Test Cafe, and with Selenium, and multiple library support also they are having it. So let's say we are using Java. So what you have to do that you have to go to Java over here, and it's a proper documentation with respect to Java is available. And then it will tell you that okay, are you using JUnit 5 or 4? We are using, let's say, TestNG. So in that case, if you use TestNG, look at their integration with TestNG documentation. So click on it, and here it will tell you a basic installation process. If you are using Gradle, you just need to add this particular dependency. If you're using Maven, you just need to add this particular dependency. So what I'm going to do that this particular dependency I'm going to add, I'm going to show you a live project. The project is already created, a page object model I have already created. This is a page object model. You go to this particular pom.xml file, okay, because we all know that okay, in Maven we have pom.xml file, which is the heart of the okay, the project where we have to define all the plugins and the dependencies. So what I have done that this is the dependency, guys, I have already added. I'll show you. Okay, so this is a dependency. The latest version is, I think, yeah, 1.0.1. You can see that. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, you can see that this is the 1.011 dependency I have added. And after that, they have given a sample listener over here. So we know that, okay, yes, in either it is extend report, LAR report, or TestNG report, or any custom TestNG report, all the reports are based out of TestNG. And there is one important interface is available that is called your iTest listener interface is available. So all the reporting listeners, all the custom reporting listeners, they have to implement iTest listener, and you have to override all the different methods like on finish, then we have on test success, then we have on test failure and everything. So they have already given a basic sample of their listener. So what I have done that I have taken this particular listener. I have configured this listener according to my requirement. So this is my results listener.java that I have created, which is actually extending my base page and implementing the iTest listener over here. And almost everything I have taken it from there. What I have done that they have not given any documentation for how to upload a document, how to upload a failure, a screenshot whenever there is a failure. So what I've done that okay, I've customized that whenever there is a test failure, you just need to take the screenshot and add as a file. So you just need to create a map over here, one hash map, and keep adding key and value pair format. What are the different information you want to put it over there along with the screenshot. And after that, what you have to do, go to onFinish method. In this particular onFinish method, create one hash map over here, and this is the target as a key, and this is the token that we have generated over there. This is the token that you have to copy paste, and this is only one time activity. So we know that okay, this is a token that we have copied, okay, generated this particular target token. Just copy this and come over here, and let me just remove this existing token, and I'm going to update with the latest token. So let's remove this, and you can put this particular token in your configuration file somewhere if you really don't want to hard code over here. But there is no I mean, this is not actually hard coding, because nobody's going to change your token over here. If somebody is going to change, you can maintain in your properties file also, and you can read it from the properties file or maybe some other YAML file or JSON file. But let's forget about the other configuration. So I'm just going to hard code over here, and that's it. That's the only thing you just need to add. And let me okay, one second. Okay, we don't need base page, so just remove this. Okay, one second, guys. Okay, let me just copy paste once again. Where is that? Okay, just a second. Okay, let me import this once again. Okay, okay, let it be like this. And I'm just going to replace this particular token once again. Okay, and after that, what you do, you just right click on your project and simple do a Maven update so that all the libraries will be up to date. Okay, so once this is done, you can see that okay, all the errors are gone because I recently created one Maven project, so maybe that was the issue. So now this listener is there, and we know that okay, we once we create a listener, we have to go to a sanity.xml file or whatever a testng.xml file. Inside this particular testng.xml file, you just need to add this particular listener over here. Now you can see that okay, see I have created all the different types of listener, PDF listeners, screenshot listener, extend report listener, test earlier listener. So these are the 5 6 listeners I'm using it. But for this particular webinar, I'm just going to comment all these listeners and just going to add this T-Esults listener.java that I've created, that I've, this custom listener that I've created. And make sure you have to add this particular dependency over here as well. Okay, that I have already shown you over here. This is a dependency you just need to add. Add this particular listener, okay, in your project. And this listener entry, you have to make it in your sanity.xml file like this over here. And that's it. And you just need to execute your test cases and then we will show you the report. Meanwhile, you just come over here and uh, go to the result section. So all the results will be displayed over here. So I'll go to from the documentation, go to the results section. And in the result section, you can see that, okay, this is a QA meetup demo project that I have created. Right now it's blank because we have not executed anything. We just configured in our code, right? So now I'm going to execute my sanity.xml. So what I'm doing that I'm going to execute from my command prompt. So I'll simply go to this particular directory. I'm already in this particular directory. I'm just going to use Maven clean install, or you can directly use from Eclipse also. Let's say I want to execute in my env is equal to on QA environment, and let's run it. So I have 3 different test cases where it will launch the web application. And so application wise, we are using app.hubspot.com. This is some simple ERP application is available, and it's going to check this particular login page. The sign up is there or not, forgot my password is there or not, or whatever, or it will do a login, whatever the username password that we are using it. So it's checking other stuff. So we have 3 test cases in this particular project, and you can see that okay, we are going to log in, and after login, it will check that okay, everything is fine or not over there. And you can see that, okay, my Maven project is absolutely working fine. This is complete Maven life cycle is happening. My test cases are getting executed and 3 test cases are there. You can see that verify sign up link test, verify login page title test and login test. Perfect. So 3 test cases are there, absolutely working fine. And my build got successful, right? And now I'm going to show you the report. You just come over here and you just refresh this particular page and we should be able to see the report over here. Now, can you see that report? Right? It's cool, right? 3 test cases are there, absolutely working fine. And this is the result section. If you go to their status, so it will give you a complete status that, okay, what is the pass rate? Right now we have 100% pass rate. You go to the result section. Every test case will have a certain information about it that, okay, hey, what kind of test it is and all other information like that. And then along with that, if you really want to export into CSV, you can export into CSV and you can convert that later into Excel file and you can send it to your client or customer or management and you can share with your other team members as well. Links to result, there are a lot of other links are available, and moderator options, okay, that you can explore it later. That's not important. Like that also, you can see that. Then it will give you a pie chart kind of thing that, okay, supplement that. It will maintain the history and everything. So now what I'm going to do that, here it will maintain the history. You can see that we just executed. And now see, if you observe one thing, I'm not showing the report local server, right? It's T-Esults.com. It's a website over there. It's a different site. It's a different web portal. You just need to register over here. It's not my local host or my local server that I've created a server over here in my local machine. It's not like that. So you can see that, okay, this is 29th March, 9:22 is the time. You can see exact 9:26 like that. A minute ago we executed and this is the project like that. Now what I'm going to do, I'll deliberately make one test case failure and then we will see. Okay. So let's do one thing. This is the test I'm going to execute, login page test. Now this is my test I have written. Now what I'm going to do, that login page title, let's say I'm going to fail. Okay, so let's say instead of HubSpot, intentionally I'll make it 123, and we will do one thing. Let's make one more test failure. Let's see verify sign up link, and I'll go to its page object over here, and instead of sign up, I'm saying 123. Okay, so obviously two test cases should be failed. So let's run it once again. So let's clear the screen, and Maven clean install executing on QA environment. You can ignore this QA environment because in my configuration, I'm using the properties, the browser property and the URL property from the QA environment. Now let's see, again, it's running. It's launching login dot, okay, app.hubspot.com. On the login page, it's going to check first title, then we'll check the sign up. So we have provided the explicitly wait, so it's going to take some time, 15-20 seconds to check everything is there or not, and then it will give you an exception that okay, yes, elements are not available or titles is not available, and then we will see the failure report over there as well. So let's wait for a few seconds, and meanwhile you can see that over here that it's just checking the verify sign up link test. You can see that, and done. Okay, and then it will go to the second test. Let's see. So wait for a few seconds, and then we will see the report once again. So it's still checking. Okay, for the second test is your sign up, where checking that okay, sign up link is there, but in my code I have written sign up 123 by dot link text. So obviously it will be failed, and then we will see. Okay, I think I've given explicitly wait of around 20 seconds, so I should have, yeah, so it's working fine. The third test case is the login one, and you can see that okay, yeah, and then we will see the final report that yeah, so you can see that out of three, two test cases got failed. You can see that, and we can see that yeah, some exception is coming, that whatever, okay, WebDriver timeout exception, because we could not find that particular element, and login page title also got failed. We were trying for HubSpot login, but we okay found something else, HubSpot login 123, right? So title mismatch, and the element is also mismatch. Now we'll come over here, and then you just refresh your page. The moment you refresh your page, is still refreshing. Then we will see the report. Now we will go to the results, and you can see that okay, this is the latest result. You can see earlier 4 minutes ago everything was fine. Okay, all three test cases were absolutely fine. Now the recent report is this: two test cases got failed. This is a login test. For login test, okay, got passed. So we are not taking the screenshot for login test. For failure, you see that you just open it and you can see the screenshot is also taken. This is amazing, right? It looks like Zira kind of thing, right? Then this is the thing. Same thing, we will see the sign up link text. We can see that, okay, yeah, the first sign up link text also it got failed and it took the screenshot like that. And it will tell you that, okay, this is the case link. You just click on it and then the specific test, okay, got failed. It will be open there. Now, another good thing is that I'll show you. Let's see, this is my Chrome. Let's go to the result section once again. Okay, let me just refresh this page. Okay, so this is the supplement section where you can see that, okay, this is the report right now. The current report is like that. My two test cases got failed. Now, what you can do that, guys, that let's see, this is my failure test. Or let's say I'll go to my first result section. This is my failure test. And I want to see what happens whenever you execute in your company, right? Whenever you execute your test cases, and there are some failures, and those are genuine failures, those are actual bugs. So we are so happy that okay, yes, we found a bug through automation, and we have to raise it. So what you can do, that you simply click on edit associated bug. You can raise your Jira ticket first manually over there, and then you can enter your ticket number over here. So let's see, I have already created a Jira. This is my Jira. I have already created that. Okay, login has failed due to security code or whatever. This is my, let's see, login has failed due to, okay, sign up link, and this is my ticket I have raised. The ticket number is hub1. Okay, we just copy this and go to your result and associate a bug over here, and then simple save the changes. So now you send this particular report to your manager. Your manager will immediately see that okay, yes, this is a failure test case and this is the associated bug that we have. Isn't it amazing, right? And now let's see, Mukesh is in my team, and then Mukesh is responsible for this particular test. So immediately I'll talk to Mukesh that, okay, hey Mukesh, this bug I have raised. or you can raise, I'm going to assign it to you. So let's say me and Mukesh, we are working together in the same team. So obviously right now we have only one account in this particular project. So Mukesh name will be visible over here, just like Zira, and you confirm it. So let's say I'm going to assign to Naveen only. And you just click on confirm. You can see that, okay, it's assigned to Naveen and assigned by Naveen only. And let's say I have assigned to Naveen or Mukesh, and Mukesh said, okay, yeah, this is perfectly fine now. And then we can mark it resolved. So you can simply resolve it. And then you can put a comment over here that, okay, this test is fixed now. So closing it or resolving it. And then you simple save it. And if you really want to put a comment over here, let's say you want to tag someone, you can tag it. So you can simply write, hey Mukesh, any updates on this test case? Like this. So you can put a comment over here, just like we do it in Jira tickets, right? Like that. So you can do it and you can maintain so many comments. People will see that, okay, hey, what is the history for this particular test? What happened? So you can see that, okay, there is a bug icon also got generated. You can close this and you can see that, okay, this verify sign up ticket link test is actually a test failure. It's a genuine failure and there is an associate bug over here like that, right? Like this also you can do that. Same thing, guys. You can do one thing, multiple projects you can select. So let's say I'm your QA manager, right? I'm handling around, let's say, 5 to 10 different projects. So as a dashboard, I can create that, okay, I'm the admin. I can see that, okay, hey, what is happening in some other project? Okay, let's say what is happening in January 2020 POM series project. What is happening in my other API project? So I'll show you that, okay, see, this is what I'm on my November REST API framework. And you just need to integrate with your API framework also. If you're using TestNG with rest assured, you can use the same listener over there, except that particular screenshot part. Now you can see that all my test cases with respect to API all are okay showing over here. Everything is shown over here. You can see that, okay, one test case got failed. Let's see, get all user list API got failed because of whatever the reason behind that it got failed. So I can simple say that, okay, yeah, like this. So for API also, for Cucumber also, for if you're using Cucumber with TestNG and simple TestNG project also, you can simple show all these things. And you go to their documentation, and if you are using JUnit 5 or 4, you can do that. Let's say someone is using PyTest. In PyTest configuration is very simple. You just need to execute pip install results ekta. You can do it. I'm sure, okay, you are here, and you can simple check it over here, and this is just a configuration. You just need to do that, and that's it. And once it is done, you simple execute it, and the results will be shown over here with respect to PyTest also. Let's say tomorrow I want to add it with the Cypress or Protector. So Cypress configuration is very simple. You just need to execute these npm packages, and this is just the configuration for the reporting section in your package.json. In your Cypress.json, you have to add it, and then you are good to go. And you just need to execute this particular command to generate the report. And everywhere you have to pass the token. So it's all about the game of token. So when you have to generate a token, and every project will have a unique token. You cannot use the same token for multiple projects. So let's say if I have, okay, all these different 5 or 6 projects, so I'll be having 5 different tokens. You just need to configure in your Eclipse, and then you are good to go. That's it, right? So this is called a web report, a web portal report, or web automation report. And these days, although I'm a big fan of Allure report. I don't somewhere prefer extend. I'm not criticizing any tool here, but Allure report provides a lot of features and everything. But I was looking for something like, where we can generate the runtime report like this, where on a different server altogether. I don't need to configure in Jenkins and all those things, right? Now, one last thing I'll show you. Let's see, this is the Jenkins is already set up over here, and I'm going to, this is my January 2020 POM series, and just going to log in with my Jenkins, and I'm just going to trigger this particular test once again. So just build with particular parameter, and environment is QA, and build it. And it's simple Jenkins integration. You don't need to do any configuration in Jenkins. You just need to see. You can see that, okay, my Jenkins is actually triggering the build. Okay, let me just refresh it, and you can see that, okay, my test cases are actually running over here. Okay, in Jenkins I'm running in. You can see that again. The browser is getting launched, and this is for January 2020 project, and then it will check all the things from the Jenkins. So I'm executing. I have already showed you. You can execute from Eclipse. You can execute from a terminal, means command prompt, or you can create a Jenkins build, and you can simple doing it. and the report will be generated over here. That's the beauty of this particular thing. You don't need to dependent on local server for extend report you have to create, or maybe Cloak servers you have to create, or Allure server you have to create. You can simple come over here. You can put this particular auto refresh toggle on. It will keep and go to this particular project. It will keep refreshing your report over here, and your manager will see it immediately that okay, yes, this is working or not. Okay, and we will quickly see. You can see that okay, yeah. Again, three test cases got passed for this particular thing, and I'll quickly go to refresh this particular project. And you can see that okay, the still not coming over here. Let's wait. Okay, maybe I'll go to this 1 second. Yeah, this is a demo project token I have used. I'm using in Jenkins for demo project. You can see that a few seconds ago, three test cases are absolutely working fine over here, right? And one last thing, guys, and then I'll finish with my topic. That what you need to do, you just need to go to their documentation. On their documentation, you can integrate with Slack also. So what you need to do, you go to their config, and in your config, you can see that pager duty. I hope you guys are aware about pager duty. Pager duty is a tool where, let's see, any production support or any test is getting failed, immediately it will give you a pager, right? In our 10 years back, we used to use pager phone and all those things. So it will give you a pager duty. It will call you actually that, okay, hey, on your mobile phone, that some test is getting failed. Can you please look into it? So that feature is also available. Slack channel integration is also available. You can see that this is my Slack channel. In my general Slack okay channel, I want to generate the okay notification. So you can see that this is my Slack channel. And once my test cases are done, you can go to your generals channel, and you can see that okay at 9:38, this is the test results got executed like that. You can change the title, tag, and everything description. And let's say your manager is also available in this particular Slack channel, and then you simply click on results, supplement, and status. All these three tabs are available. The moment I click on results over here, and the result will be okay displayed. Guys, please be on mute, right? Like this. So this is something really cool. I really
Muted. Unmuted.
I think Mukesh muting me as well. Okay, no issues. So, see, guys, this is something really cool, and I mean, these features are not available in Extend report and Allure report, and you don't need to take the headache of all the Extend report dependencies and all those things. And Allure report configuration also sometimes it's very tricky. You just need to read the documentation. It's very simple. Once it's only one time activity, you just need to configure it and start using it. Okay, like that. Okay. The only thing is, so if you really want to use more than 25 users in your company, then you have to pay for it, $200 per month. And for big companies, I don't think so. It will be a big problem because it's solving a lot of purpose, a lot of problems it's solving actually with the one single tool like that. In fact, in Extend report also, there is Extend report 4. The commercial version is also available. They will provide some other features as well. So Extend report is also actually okay, not free, actually 100%. You have to pay for it. Okay. So that's all from my side. Now, if you have any questions, we can take any question after Mukesh session, and then we can see that how can we handle those. And now I would invite Mr. Mukesh Otwani from Learn Automation so that he can also present his topic. So Mukesh, I'm making you presenter, or you can share your screen directly. I'm just stop my sharing.
Yeah, sure, Naveen.
Thank you so much, guys. That's all from my side.
Yes. Uh, so I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, Mukesh.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So guys, I will start with Slack integration with Jenkins. So just now, Naveen has shown you that how you can, integrate the result with Slack. Same thing I'm going to show you, but this part is totally different. Here we are going to integrate Slack with Jenkins. Okay. So whatever builds we are running, that you can integrate with Slack, and you will get the result of each and every build. So I will start with the agenda, what exactly we're going to talk. So those who are completely new to Slack, will be talking about what exactly is Slack channel and how we can integrate with Jenkins. Okay. So first of all, just a quick introduction about Slack. It's a collaboration hub, okay, where you and your team members can work together. You can share the files, you can share the code, okay. You can have a small conversation. You don't have to send emails for everything. So it is just like a one place with like one platform where you can share everything within a few seconds, and you don't have to depend on the emails. In Slack, you will find multiple channels, okay? So each workspace will be made up of multiple channels, and each channels can have multiple team members and they can work together. So when you talk about the steps, because these are the steps that we need to perform. So I will show you each and every step, but this is just a overview. So we will be creating a channel on Slack, and in case if you already have a channel on Slack, then you can use the existing channel. Just now Naveen has shown you the general channel, right? So I will be creating a separate channel on Slack, and that I will be using it. Then we will be adding a Jenkins app to the Slack, and we will also get a token for authentication. Once we get the authentication, we will be installing one small plugin for Slack notification in Jenkins. And finally, for each and every build, we are going to add a post build action that we need to send a Slack notification. And in case if you want to make any changes, then you can make the Slack notification, setting changes like at which step you want to get the notification and all. So just to show you the Slack, this is the Slack I have installed in my system. Okay. So I have one channel called test automation, but in case if you want a new channel, we can do that. So let's create a new channel. This channel name I will give as webinar, and I will click on create. Okay, so as of now, I will not make any changes. I will not add any specific uh, people from my team. I will quickly finish this channel, and you can see I got this channel name, which is webinar, and you can see this option called add an app. So let me add one app, and the app which we need is Jenkins. So right now I already have, so it is not listing here. So you can click on view app directory. Okay, now you can search for Jenkins, and you can see we have an option called Jenkins CI. The moment you add this, you can see I already have one configuration which is already configured. But in case if you want to make a new configuration, you can do that. You can click on add to Slack, and now you need to select for which channel you want to make this configuration. Okay, so you can see these are the channels which I have, but the recent one which I have created is this one, which is webinar. So click on this webinar and click on add Jenkins integration. So it is just asking which channel you want to use for the notification. Now they have given a couple of steps what you need to follow. So this steps 1 and 2 is nothing but installing plugin that we will see now. Main thing is, guys, we need the subdomain. Okay, so subdomain is nothing but this the domain which you are using. So if you just open this Slack, so this is my subdomain, learn-automation talk, and this is the main part token that we need to add so that it can do the authentication part. And we just need to use these two things in our Jenkins. So let me copy these two things, subdomain, which is this, okay, and I will be taking this domain, which is nothing but token. That's all you need from this side. Now let's start with the Jenkins. So these are the builds that we already have that are integrated with Slack. Okay, so let's create a new build, and let me sign up. Let me give this build name is webinar build so that we can just see a fresh build. Again, just a small announcement, guys. In case the Slack notification plugin that that you need to install, if it is not compatible, you can degrade your Jenkins, okay? Because the recent Jenkins version, which is 2.10.5, was not supported. So I have just degraded the last one. So in case these options are not coming for you, then maybe you have to work with the compatibility, okay? Because this plugin is not updated from like 2-3 months, but Jenkins is getting updated almost every month, okay? So in case these options are not working for you, maybe you have to degrade one version, and then you can see how it is behaving. I guess everybody is aware of how to install a plugin. If not, then I will quickly show you. So you just need to navigate to manage Jenkins, and you just need to click on manage plugins, and you can install the plugin. I already have installed in my Jenkins, so it will be under install section. So I will search for Slack, and you can see this plugin is already available, Slack notification plugin. So let's say I just want to run a small build. This build can be anything. It can be like deploying some application, or running some sort of test. For the time being, I just gave Java space hyphen version. I just want to run one command, which is nothing but my build. But it is up to you what kind of build you want to run. In the next example, I will run a proper Selenium test, and I will show you. Because our main intention is to focus on the Slack notification. Okay, so click on post build action, and you can see this option called Slack notification. So till now we just use email notification, editable email notification, right? Archiving the result, publishing the HTML reports. But right now we are just going to send a Slack notification. So you can see these options like when you want to notify. So we can select that we want to notify that whenever the build starts, success, aborted. So you can select all the options. And if you don't want to select all the options, you can only select which one is relevant for your build. Now the main part is the advanced section. Okay, so here you can see, first of all, it is asking you, give me the workspace. So this workspace is the same workspace that we have copied while adding this Slack app, while adding this Jenkins app to the Slack. So I will just use this workspace. Second part is token. So token, guys, you can directly pass this, but in the recent versions, okay, they have deprecated this because it's not secured when you pass the token directly. So you can add this token as a credential and you can use it. Okay, so let me just create a new credential. In the kind section, you just select a secret text where you can provide the text, which is nothing but the token ID. I will say webinar Slack token, so that we can easily select from the drop down. And description also I'm giving the same. Now just select that I want to use this particular credential. And the last thing is the channel, to which channel you want to post. So if you see, the channel that we have is now webinar channel. So I will quickly go and add the channel. So before we run this build, you just quickly do the test connection. Okay, it says there's some illegal character. Okay, it means there's some, while copy pasting, some space got copied. So let me take some existing credentials, and now let me test the connection. Okay, wait, there's some issue with the client error. Slack service hooks. Okay, just let me quickly check the Slack part. Okay, so we have not changed this, saved the setting actually. So let's quickly save the settings. Okay, and now let's go back to the app directory, or you can directly check from your Jenkins. So just go back again, select Slack webinar last token, click on test connection. Okay, something is wrong, just a second. There's no space here. Yeah, there was some space in the workspace. Okay, Now you can see it is success now, and we got a small notification from Slack that everything is configured. So there was a small space issue in the workspace while copy pasting. So it seems everything is fine. Now I can click on save, and you will see the moment I run this build, I got the first notification that build has started, and another notification that it is success. If you open the Slack, you can see started by this user. The moment you click on open, it will directly open the URL of that particular build. Okay, so it will open that particular build URL which got recently executed. So this is started, this is success. Clear? So whatever Jenkins job you have, you just need to add as a post build action. And this credential part is just one part. Okay, like one thing or one time activity. You don't need to create or add the apps every time. Once the token got generated, you can use it in each and every job. So it is just one time activity. Now let me show you the same thing. We have created a separate job. So this job is actually going to start a Selenium session, which is starting a browser, doing some login activity. And here also we have added that post notification, post build notification. So if I go back to post build action, same thing we have given here. Okay, and if you see the test connection, I run this, and this time it is going to push in a different channel. So the one which I have created, it is webinar one, and this job has configured with this particular channel, which is test-automation. So the moment I run this build, click on build, okay, click on refresh. Okay, so it is going to take GitHub URL. It is going to download the code in my local system. Then it's going to traverse the POM, and it will trigger the testng.xml file. So you can see test automation channel started. This is login with parameters started by this user, and let's quickly check the results. Okay, so it's a small login test because test complexity doesn't matter. We are mainly focusing on the post build actions as of now. Yes, just log in and log out. Perfect. So let's wait for the confirmation. Yes, so you can see we got the result, and here you also can see in the build that found build number 14 as previous completed, non-aborted build, and will be sending notification finally success, and this is the one. Now last thing before we close, if you want to make any custom changes, okay, in the messages, because right now the messages which is coming is like, if I show you the webinar one, these are just a standard one, success started by this user. But if you see this part here, it is also giving me some custom messages, right? The test executed on Chrome browser and application URL is this. So how we can configure this? It's very straightforward. Just go back to your build and just go to configure, go back to post build action, click on advanced, and you can see just click on include custom messages. So in case if you don't want to send the default messages, you want to send some custom messages, feel free to use the text. You can see I'm just using text executed on this, the fixed text, and here I'm passing the parameters. So whatever parameters I'm taking, so I'm taking two parameters from this build as of now. One is browser parameter and another is test application parameter. So these parameters will be replaced with the actual value which we are passing. So in my case, if you see, uh, I'm just passing the browser, but since it is running on Chrome, you will see in the Slack notification, it says test executed on Chrome. Same thing happening for the second parameter, which is test application. which is default value is this. So it says application URL is this. So you can customize your messages, which are the notifications which are sending through Slack. Okay. So I just added only for success scenario, but in case if you want to add the custom messages for aborted build or unstable build or failure build, you can just add the messages here. Cool. Now this is what we have done, and this is the same URL I have taken from Naveen. So Naveen has one test on the GitHub, right, which he showed just now for HubSpot login. So I have taken the same Git repository and I have configured for this particular job. So same configuration, only thing the Git I have taken, the Git path is from Naveen's GitHub. And here also, let me quickly check the connection. Okay, let's say I want to, this time I want to click send to a different channel. Channel name is webinar. Yeah, let's run this build. Yeah, it started. As usual, it will take a few seconds and you will see the results soon. Okay, so that's very straightforward. Only thing you might face is sometime like if you just give some additional characters and version compatibility issue. Apart from that, it's very straightforward. And another thing, in case if you're working with, let's say, CI/CD pipeline and you want to make changes in your Jenkins pipeline, okay, then you can also uh, trigger the Slack notification through Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so when you go to the pipeline, you just give the token details and you pass which channel you want to send. It will give you a pipeline code that you can add to your Jenkins pipeline, and rest of the process will remain same. Okay, so now total test was 3, 2 passed, 1 failed. The one which is failing because of that user is not able to enter the code. So it is expected, build failed, and now we should have got the Slack notification in the webinar channel. Cool. So that's what I have from my side, guys. In case if you have any questions related to Slack notification or any other questions, so I guess we can start with Q&A.
Yeah, Mukesh. So such a great session. Thank you so much. And now I think it's we can take around 10 to 15 minutes for Q&A. Although it was session for 9 to 10, but we can still spend 10 15 minutes. So guys, if you have any question that you can ask in the chat, or if you don't have any background noise, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. Okay, only if you don't have any background noise. And please don't ask any
Hi,
very technical question where we require to ask code. Okay, then if you have one by one, okay, let's not do any, so many people are asking the same at the same time. Let's not.
hi, Naveen and Mukesh. Thanks for your time.
Can you
This
please
session
bit
is very
louder? Your
useful.
voice is breaking.
Hi, Naveen and Mukesh. This is Murli. Thanks for your session. It is very helpful. I have two questions. First question on T-Esults. Is there any option to override the failure result if script is failed due to any environment issue or false results?
Yeah, see, it's not about on the dependent on results. If any test is getting okay, now please keep your mute.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not about, see, results is just publishing the report over there. If any failure you have to override or something, let's say you want to retry a logic you want to write and everything, you have to put inside your listener. You have to configure in your code. As such results, they won't provide any such kind of thing that okay, it will override the previous failure result with respect to environment details and all. So today you are running, let's say, 5 times. So it will create 5 different entries for the different timestamp, okay, in the result. So result is just for the representation. It will not override the previous one. It will create a new entry in the result section. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Got it.
Okay. Who is having the next question?
Hello. Hello, that's Shirish here.
Yeah, Shirish.
And first of all, thanks to both of you for having a great session. It was very fantastic. Fantastic. And only the thing is, ki, from both of you, my one request is there. Can you put on some whatever the things we have done today? Can you put a video on this, the step by step, so we can follow these videos and we can create our repositories and everything,
Yeah, we will do
especially
that.
the result part.
What's the question that we will do it? Definitely, we will put it on, okay, on YouTube channels.
Because the result which we have shown on Naveen sir, it was really fantastic, and I think the company should be adopting in the future or something. It's in the coming days, I think so. It's a really fantastic, I think.
Yeah, we will do that, Shirish. We will do.
Thanks a lot.
Who is having the next?
Hey Mukesh, hi Mukesh, this is Satya.
Yeah, hi Satya, go ahead.
Yeah, can you please tell what are the technologies the automation resource needs to learn so that they can convert themselves into DevOps engineer? Because that is the trend we are seeing in every company nowadays.
Okay. Yeah, so now we have a couple of questions from DevOps. Okay, like what are the minimum set of tools that you need to learn when you want to switch from automation to DevOps, right? This is what your question. Or you want only set of tools that every resource has to learn if they want to learn automation?
No, I mean I think everything should be in general should be fine, but minimum like to start with.
Okay, for DevOps or only for automation testers?
DevOps. We are looking into
Okay.
DevOps. That is the next phase where we people need to go.
Okay. See, Satya, first of all, like if you talk about the DevOps, okay, so DevOps also includes the testing part. So whatever tools and technologies that we have covered so far from testing side, that is the minimum, right? So the same set of tools you also have to share when you talk about the DevOps. Like we use Maven as a build tool, right? So Maven or Gradle you have to use when you work as a DevOps engineer. So if you remember when I had one session with Akash Kumar, who is a full-time DevOps engineer, he also discussed like minimum set of tools is around 8 tools that we need to focus. Each tool, when I say each area you need to focus. So first of all, you need to also learn one from the platform side. Okay, because when you work as a DevOps engineer, you have to handle the platform as well. So when you talk about platform can be your own platform, or you can take the platform, let's say from AWS or from GCP or Azure or OpenStack. It can be any other platform. So one platform technology that you need to learn. Okay, so as of now, I will say Azure. Now let's take to the next level.
Oh,
So once platform is set,
mm,
now you need to deal with the OS level. Okay, so now we are not going to make much changes from the OS side, but yes, we need to deal with the scripting so that we can make few changes. Okay, so for that you need at least one scripting language. So here you can either you learn Python or Shell script. Okay, so both are
oh,
very popular and very powerful. So one scripting language is important. Now the third part, since now everybody is going to the container platform, so instead of focusing on the VMs, now everybody is focusing on the container. So one container technology that you need to learn, which is nothing but Docker as of now, highly used tool in the market. Now in order to maintain multiple Docker containers, you need another platform or technology called Kubernetes, okay, which will automatically take care of auto scaling, and in case your some containers are going down, it will auto heal. So we need one from the container technology which can manage all these containers. Now once you get the build, okay, so definitely you need to build the applications. So you need one build tool. So if you talk about only Java, we need either Maven or we need Gradle. So once you're built, now you need to make all these changes to the Git or GitHub or any other SVN repositories. Okay, so I will take as of now Git and GitHub that you need to learn. Once you understand that, the main part comes now CI tools. If you know how these changes we can integrate, then you can integrate these changes with CI. So Jenkins is very powerful. Okay, when it will actually take care of all this part called building, deploying. Okay, and not only deploying on the staging, it can deploy on multiple platforms. Depends on the configurations. Now, once you're done with this, okay, once you're able to deploy the application on different environments, now comes the monitoring part, right? Now, let's say you have applications, let's say, but before jumping into monitoring will come at last. Before monitoring, we also have a configuration management. So here comes another tool called Ansible. For example, I have 10 system, okay, in my let's say in my lab, or I have 10 much VMs or 10 containers. All the containers have some sort of, let's say, Java installed, or Maven, or any kind of software or tool installed. Now I need to update all the tools, right? Or I just need to update the versions, or I just need to update the patch. I cannot go ahead and install in each and every system. I cannot go to each and every container and make the changes. Here comes the Ansible. It's a configuration management tool. We just need to create a small YAML file. In that YAML file, whatever changes you will make, so depends on the YAML file, it can update all the VMs, machines, platforms, and the containers as well. Now the last comes your, you know, monitoring tool, where you can see how many systems are up and running, how many applications are deployed, which are up, which are down, and you can also see the health of each and every landscape, each and every application which is going above 90%. Maybe you have to add another memory. So Grafana, okay, and Kibana, these are some additional monitoring tool which will help you to check the health status report for each and every landscape, systems, and applications. So this is the minimum set of tools that you need to learn when you're thinking about the DevOps. I'm just talking about the minimum, okay, but it depends on the process. These tools can be, replaced with some other tools, and you can also add some other tools for more flexibility and for more, you know changes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mukesh. That was a very clear explanation. Okay, thank you so much once again for the session.
Okay, so
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah, thank you, Satya.
who is having the next question, guys? Let's be quick.
Hi,
Hi, Naveen.
hi Mukesh and Naveen, Lavanya here.
Yeah, Lavanya.
Hi Naveen. So, how do we get this build pipeline? Is it that we need to create as a QA, or the dev team will give? Because I was trying to do this Jenkins integration, I was stuck there.
Yeah,
If any detailed document is available, if any detailed document, step-by-step process, if you can provide us.
yeah, okay. Just be on mute now. So just to I give you a quick answer for this, that okay, who creates a pipeline? So it depends on you. It depends on your interest. So generally, what happens is okay, SRE team or DevOps team is there in your company. They will create the pipeline because it's a main pipeline. It's your build and deployment. CI/CD pipeline will be created by the DevOps team. If you are really interested, you can also contribute for your job. If you really want to do some configuration for publishing your reports, publishing your extent report, or execution of your sanity and smoke test cases, you can also contribute. Everything is well documented on Jenkins. There are a lot of blogs are also available. Some videos are also available on my channel as well as on Mukesh channel. Definitely, we will try to create some more channels over there. There is an important file in the modern Jenkins that is called the Jenkins file, where you just need to add in your project and you just need to create multiple stages over there, and automatically Jenkins, through Jenkins pipeline plugin in your Jenkins, it will be created like that. So you just need to understand those processes. But if when you talk about, let's say, very heavy systems over there and a lot of integrations are happening and a lot of DevOps activities, you have to do that. Definitely, we are not expert in DevOps. We have to take some help from DevOps people over there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Naveen. It was very good. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi,
Naveen.
Naveen.
Hi, Mukesh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Shuman this side.
Yes, Suman. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Naveen. First of all, thank you very much for this session. I'm having just couple of questions. It would be great if you can upload a video on how to execute test or scenarios on BDD framework
Mhm.
in parallel.
Yeah.
This one is one, and another one is, if we want to create a test runner class, I mean on the fly, that means we are on the fly, we are passing the feature name or tag name, because what we have seen so far, we are passing the feature name, tag name, that is static, or we are just passing the entire folder name, so that all the features, all the tags we are mentioning in the runner class, I'm talking about the BDD and runner class, is executing. But suppose if we put those names into the Excel and reading the Excel from there, we just want to execute specific feature or specific tag.
Suman,
How would I do that?
I got your question. That perfectly you can do that with Cucumber as well as with TestNG also. You just need to maintain,
Yes.
all your scenarios in your Excel file or CSV file. There are some APIs are available. Let's see. You can try with the Cucumber API. Please be on mute. and you can try with the Filio API, and you can maintain one execution flag over there in your Excel file that yes, no, which are going to part of the feature file, or let's see which are going to part for the testng.xml file. Like that, you can do that. I have done one POC on this, and it was really successful. If you really want, definitely I can do Cucumber with parallel execution as well as this Filio API also. I can use that. Definitely, I'll prepare some video by next week something. Okay, who is having the next?
Thank you. Thank you.
Naveen, adding to that point, can you try something with the JUnit, because TestNG is fine, but how to do that parallel execution with JUnit? I searched many things, but I couldn't get anything properly for JUnit Cucumber parallel execution.
Yeah, we will do that. Definitely.
And adding one more point, if any thing is available with you to add the screenshots at step level and at the test case ending level for extent reports. I was trying to merge the code, but I ended up with a lot of issues. So if any code base is available to create extent report along with the screenshots at test case step level as well as at the scenario level, please.
Okay, we'll do that for sure.
Hi Naveen and
Hello.
Guys, wait.
Hello, Naveen.
Yeah,
hello.
one by one, guys. One by one. Yeah, go ahead.
I have
Yeah.
a point on this question. We can generate runners during runtime using Cucumber parallel plugin. Once runners are generated, we can use Maven Surefire plugin. I think this will help. And Cucumber
What is the
4 and
question?
5 automatically supports parallel.
What is the question? Please ask the question.
This is the point.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do.
I'm adding my point to the.
Okay, thanks. But what is the question?
Hi Naveen and Mukesh. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for this session. I've been following your YouTube videos, and it's amazing the way you teach. It's so clear, and thank you so much for all you've been doing for us folks. My question was, I have been a manual tester, and then I want to move into automation. So what, just like Mukesh explained very clearly what are all the different tools needed for a DevOps engineer. Can you also tell about what are the basic tools which are essential to move into the automation field as well?
Yeah, sure. This question is for Mukesh and me.
Yeah, either of you would be fine, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just quickly give this answer because.
Naveen, just a quick request. Maybe you can stop the recording so that these things will be separated, and we can have this Q&A session like just like a normal session, because these sessions, like questions, also will be recorded. If that is fine, we can continue with the recording. Otherwise, we can stop the recording here and let's continue with the Q&A.
I think that's fine. Maybe when we upload, other audience also can see the questions and whatever the question answer that we are giving. Maybe it might be helpful.
Okay, yeah.
And we will see the recording once again.
That's
If
fine.
it's disturbing, that we can edit this part later on.
Yeah, makes sense. Or we can actually divide into two parts. So webinar part 1 will be like question, like the demos, and the part 2 will be Q&A.
Exactly. We can do that. Okay, just quickly, just to give that answer for that question. How to you have to be really want to become a really good automation engineer. So guys, as I told you earlier so many times, that first you learn about the programming. The programming is very important because everything is open source available in the market. If you talk about, let's say, Selenium, if you talk about, let's see, any other API automation tool, so the programming is very important. Start with Java, start with Python or JavaScript. Learn all these programming, at least basics of programming. If you are really bad in programming, if you're really scared of programming, then automation is not a cup of tea. Automation is just like a development process, right? You have to develop framework, you have to design the framework, and you have to practice it accordingly. So programming is the first thing. Second thing is that you pick with Selenium. And because automation is actually majorly divided into three major parts. One is web, mobile, and the API part. So if you are really good in web part, it will give you a lot of confidence because Selenium is such a simple tool that, okay, it will give you a lot of confidence. It will give you a mindset, okay, yeah, I can learn a next tool. Let's see, next tool is Cypress or Protector or WebDriver IO. So you can easily learn those tools. After that, at least a strong hold on APM for mobile automation point of view, and a strong hold on your API also. API these days are very important. So learn about rest assured, HTTP client, Postman, Newman, curl commands. Okay, there are so many APIs are available with respect to Python and Java and JavaScript and .NET. try to learn those APIs to become master in API as well. And once all these things are done, then you just start concentrating on your performance testing tool as well. Let's see, we have JMeter, we have Gatling, we have Load Runner. You can skip Load Runner part, but JMeter is quite popular. It will make your resume very heavy, very strong. That okay, yes, this person is really good in JMeter as well, along with your functional testing experience as well. And the last part, I would advise you to do some, security testing. Try to be, try to make your hands dirty in security testing also, like that. So this is the complete full stack, QA automation engineer that you can become. But first important thing is, guys, the programming is very, very important on that. Okay, that's very important. If you are really poor in programming, and whatever the things you are writing, let's say you're writing, creating a main method and writing your driver.find element by .xpath, anyone can do that. You should know what are different basic design patterns, how to design a basic framework, how to write a utilities, how to create a wrappers, how to create the generic functions, right? All the different integration tools like interesting towards, Maven, Jenkins, Slack integrations, Kubernetes, Dockers, and all those things. Also, you have to start looking into these things to become a full stack automation engineer. Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, Naveen, one more question. Yeah, this is Aditya here. Thanks for the enormous knowledge by Mukesh and you given. Just a quick question. I have switched my domain from, I was a automation QA guy who was knowing Java, and fortunately or unfortunately, I have switched my domain to C Sharp, and I'm doing backend testing. What is the future of C Sharp backend testing? Could you please tell?
Mukesh, your your turn.
Uh, yeah, it's questions is for both of you, Mukesh and Naveen.
Yeah, just a second. So I missed your name.
This is Aditya, Mukesh.
Okay. So Aditya, when you say the backend testing, right? So backend testing, again, you say you are mostly doing either with the APIs or with the databases, right? So when you talk about the, sorry?
Yes, Mukesh, you can continue.
Yeah. So when you say I'm working with C Sharp, C Sharp is just a language, right? So backend testing is equally important when you talk about a complete, I will say the test engineer, right? We don't only focus on the UI, we also focus on the API, we also focus on the database, we also focus on, the mobile automation and performance security. This is how the full stack development happens, and this is how a full stack QA works. Like if you are able to focus on each and every area, that is called a full stack QA. So if you're working with a backend, that is also good. It is, I would say, evergreen market, because even though UI is getting changed, UI is getting, enhanced, but backend is not going to change very often. So when it
Yes.
comes to backend testing, whether it's API database, your test will be always consistent. Always you will get the proper result. Less maintenance you have to spend on backend testing. So I would say it's not, unfortunately, it's, you're lucky that you got a chance to work with the backend testing. So now you have a new skill set. Okay, so
Yes.
please give 100%, because for UI automation you will get a lot of videos, you will get a lot of courses, but for backend testing you will hardly find few videos, right, and a few courses. So give
Yes.
you
Yes.
100%, learn backend testing, and once you understand the complete architecture and functionality, then you can also dig into the backend testing in depth, because backend is, again, it divided into functional and non-functional.
Okay. Yeah, Mukesh, I used to work before in Java, but now I have shifted my domain to C Sharp. So with the how is the future with the C Sharp? Is it good, or should I learn more programming languages with Python or JavaScript?
Yeah. See, Aditya, again, it's about the logic part. See, if I ask you a
Yes.
simple question, can you write a program to reverse a string? Okay, if you know the logic, you can do in C Sharp, you can do in Python, you can do in Java,
Yes.
because
Yes. Yes.
logic is same.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's all about the logic part. If you are clear with the logics, shifting to a new programming language, it is just a matter of 1 month or hardly 2 months.
Okay.
If you are very good in Java, then I can guarantee you that you will not take more than a month to shift C Sharp, because they're almost same. I would say 80% they're same,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
But
Sir. Yes.
yeah, but when you change from let's say Python, or sorry, Java to Python or JavaScript, it's a complete shift, because it's a pure scripting language. Still,
Yes.
you will still be able to manage it within few months, because again, your concepts are clear, your logic is clear. But if your logics are bad, then whether you work on Java, C Sharp, Python, you are going to create a mess everywhere. So again, focus on the logic, focus on the concepts. Shifting is not a tough task. I have shifted in my couple of years. I shifted to 4 different programming languages. Currently I'm in Groovy, and I
Oh,
can find Java and Groovy still all are almost same. If you have ever worked on Groovy, you will find 80% they're same.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
don't get afraid.
Thanks.
Learn whatever you can learn. And in case if
Okay.
you find any issue with the C sharp, I have done a couple of projects with C sharp. I can guide you. Otherwise, you will also get a couple of YouTube channels which are currently focusing on the C sharp.
Okay.
So hi, Mukesh
Thanks
and
for your
Naveen.
guidance, Mukesh and Naveen. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Hi, Mukesh and Naveen. This is Kavita here.
Yeah,
So
Kavita.
I have a question related to mobile automation APM. So I have recently started working on it, but I feel the mobile test cases are more fragile. Like, how do we handle the synchronization part?
Okay, so see, it's a universal truth that okay, yes, mobile automation is always fragile. It's quite little risky as compared to your web because the changes that you are seeing in your iOS and Android apps, it's quite frequent. And if your app is quite heavy and it's quite lengthy, it's quite complex, your the locators are not that very straightforward, then obviously it will be there. So this problem will always be there, but you should know how to write a smart locator. You should know how to provide the proper synchronization and everything. That's very important, and it depends that okay, what kind of different retile logics and what are different locator strategies. Okay, while creating your locators and everything, you are using it. One thing, especially with Android, you can ask your developers to provide the accessibility ID so that it will be very straightforward for you to invest time on the locator designing instead of XPath and everything. And one more thing, the parallel execution is also not that very straightforward, although we can do it through TestNG and everything. But let's say if you're using JUnit or if you're using Serenity or if you're using Cucumber, okay, with your APM framework. In that case, there are some other techniques are available because Selenium is not based out of node base. APM is node based server. You have to start the node base, and whenever the moment you start your single APM instance, every time a node server is getting started in that case. So if you let's say running in 5 different browsers, I mean 5 different iOS devices together, 5 different servers you have to allocate with the 5 different port numbers. So that is a kind of little complex configuration that I have also done in my company. If you really want to get rid of all those things, you can go with let's say Browser Stack or Sauce Labs. They provide all these infrastructure for you. That also you can do that. But your statement is absolutely right that these things are a little fragile. Today it's working, you never know after 10 days it's not working the same test case. So you have to keep monitoring,
Yeah, true.
keep doing the maintenance and everything. This is what also I'm doing in my company because my company apps, we are totally into mobile apps. We are very quite heavy with mobile apps, iOS and Android, and we are checking our automation on 15 devices, 10 iOS and 5 Android devices. And I know that okay how difficult it is. So try to be okay, make it minimal. It's not like everything you are trying to automate. In mobile automation, always remember that okay, at least 30-40% also you are getting it right. That is more than enough. That is more than enough. Don't try to be reach at okay, yeah, no, I'll just do each and everything. Otherwise, it will make your life miserable. Okay, cool.
Thank you, Naveen. And also, would you recommend Espresso XUI test or APM? What would be the better tool to work on?
Espresso is only for Android and code unit is only
XUI
for,
test,
yeah, Xvideo is only for your
iOS.
better to use APM because you're coming from Selenium background. First of all, it will be easy for you.
Yeah.
Second thing is that okay, it supports both Android and iOS both together, so you don't need to maintain heavy code for separately. So better to maintain one single page class for iOS and Android locators separately and then do it together. So better to go with APM.
Sure. Thank you, Naveen and Mukesh, for a great session.
Okay, quickly next.
Hi Naveen, hi Mukesh. Would you please give some light on something on upcoming market situation? Is it safe to shift right now or not? Maybe in a month or two?
Mukesh, you want to give the
Okay.
answer first?
Yes. Yes, Deepika. So if you talk about the current situation, okay, we know everything is not that bad from the market side, but yes, we started, getting the news that people are getting fired, they are losing jobs. That's true. A couple of my friends also who were not that skilled, they also got a notification on, that they have to work upon their skills, otherwise they're going to get a notice soon. So yes, market is bad, but again, market is not bad for the skilled people. Okay, so if you are the key resource in your company, then there's nothing or no harm on you or no risk on you. So if you have enough knowledge about your current project and you have good skill set, don't worry. And if you don't have, still you can, increase or you can work on your skills and make sure you uh, create at least the complete stack from your end. When I say complete stack from your end, I'm assuming, let's say you have a 5 to 10 years experience from automation or in automation, right? So if you know each and every tool from each area, then it is going to be, perfectly fine. You're not going to lose your job. You're not going to, get any kind of risk from your end. But if you're not skilled, okay, then definitely if other person is skilled, then he will get the opportunity.
Okay, I'm thinking, I'm right now in manual and thinking to switch into automation in a month or two. I was prepared for all interview and this crisis happened. So what
Yeah. See,
would you be
it's a good
suggesting?
time. See, Deepika, if you talk about the current situation, if I'm assuming you are in India and still we have 18 days of lockdown, right? Even if you spend 3 hours completely on Selenium, within 18 days, you are going to finish complete Selenium. Hardly it takes 36 to 40 hour of content to cover Selenium part, which is enough. But again, this is just a learning part. You need to implement. So good thing about you, like you are already manual testing. You already have a, real use cases, real scenarios. I would suggest take at least 10 scenarios from your application, start automating. Trust me, you will get hell lot of issues. Each issue will give you a new learning. You have to fix it from your end. The moment you get any exception, you will get 10 solutions. So the moment you start automating your scenarios, right, you will get some real-time exposures, exceptions that is going to add value. So if you're into manual testing, automate as much you can. You need to spend, let's say, extra effort, let's say 5 hours extra, but that's fine. This shift is little complicated, but once this shift is done, okay, it will be very easy for you to, for the at least rest of your life. It is just initial shift will be little tough. So if you're completely into manual, then depends on your experience. You need to see how many tools you have to learn. If you are 5 plus, or let's say 5 to 10, then at least you need to learn the 10 tools that we recommend when you switch from manual to automation, which includes your Selenium, Maven, TestNG, GitHub, Auto IT, Jenkins, and few additional libraries which will help you to automate your application. But minimum, these are the skill set if you are into 5 to 10 range. But if you're about 10 or less than 5, then maybe I can make a separate video. Maybe Naveen can make a video on that and you can learn all this.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
to add
that
one
would be
thing over
really
here,
Hello.
helpful.
Hi.
guys. Just to add one thing over here, because
Hello.
the question a lot of people are asking
Yeah,
that,
sure.
okay, what is the situation?
Hello.
Yeah, just be audible.
Hello. Hello, Mukesh.
Yeah, so let's
Hello.
finish one question from Deepika. Like actually Naveen has to add one point, then we will take another question.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is just to add that, to the Mukesh answer that, guys, this is a time that we have to learn. The situation in the market is a little tough. We know that, okay, like in your connection also, in your network also, some people maybe they got laid off or some people they got terminated, someone already having the, the notice that, okay, hey guys, you have to leave in 1 month and 2 months, something like this. So it depends how exactly you're utilizing your time. Don't panic, as I told you earlier in my last live session also, don't panic unnecessary. Ultimately situation will be better maybe after 2 months, 3 months, whatever. So better you start learning from today itself. As Mukesh said, okay, please practice 30-40 hours of the Selenium learning and then you are good to go. Please practice, implement it, and practice like that it can be reflected in your experience whenever you're going for interview, right? It should be reflected the way you are talking. That's very important, right? So try to learn all these tools, set the different milestone. Okay, yeah, this is today I have to finish Java, tomorrow I have to finish WebDriver, then I have to learn about WebDriver IO also, or maybe Protector, or maybe JMeter, or whatever. So try to set your target. If you're seeing that, okay, you're waiting for the lockdown period is over, then I'll start, then we will do it later after 1 month or something, that by the time it will be too late. So my personal advice is that, guys, this is a very high time. That's why all these webinars and online sessions are happening, because we really want to help you guys. If you need any kind of help, feel free to reach out to us. There are a lot of resources, communities are available. Okay, talk to them, ask your questions, solve others' problem, and then with all the support, definitely we can go through with this period. Yeah, the quick we will take
Hello.
last two questions
Hello.
and
So
then
much,
Hello.
Naveen.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Naveen.
Naveen, I had given a client interview with one of my American companies, so I'm just waiting for the feedback. How should I proceed right now?
See, you just talk to them immediately and ask them, okay, hey, are we going to impact it? Because I have seen a couple of cases. See, I don't want to give a fear that okay, hey, something is going to happen. Please talk to them that okay, is this particular crisis is going to have change some scenario with that particular project or with your joining or something. Okay, if you haven't got the offer, guys, please do not resign where exactly you are. Just be stay over there. If you're not getting any offer, I'm getting a lot of mails that okay, hey Nabeen, I just resigned and I really don't have any offer. Then I'll prepare. No, don't do this stupidity, guys. At this point of time, there's something very important to know because otherwise, what will happen that okay, if you're not getting the job and you will be depressed, you will be frustrated. Okay, if you're not getting the calls, let it be. That's fine. We can switch the job after 6 months also. It's not very hurry board, right? So if you just talk to your client, talk to your HR, talk to your consultancy that okay, hey, what is going to happen? Is it going to impact this particular case, this particular position or not? Please be clear about it. And if you're going to join, let's say some people are already having one offer, right? If you're going to join in next month or after 15 days, 20 days, please talk to your HR, the new company HR, ask them, okay, are we going to impact it or not? Please ask them clearly. And I hope all the employers, all the companies, they understand this thing very properly, very clearly that okay, yeah, this is a panic situation somewhere. Try to talk to them and then get it clear. If you feel that okay, no, this company is making some excuses or you never know about that, take the right decision accordingly. That's my personal advice to you guys. Okay, one last question.
Thanks.
Hi
Hello.
Naveen, this is Puneet here. So I wanted to ask for a person with 9 to 10 years of experience, which way would be a better one? I am already an automation engineer, so getting into the Scrum Master side or side.
Okay, Mukesh, you want to give this answer? Then I'll add a couple of points from my side as well.
Yeah, so I guess Naveen, you already have a video on this, how to become test architect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just creating a small answer for one question, how to become a full stack automation engineer. So maybe you can take this question because I have to answer this question. I'm just searching for one image.
Okay, sure. So what I'm saying is, see, the people who are 9 years and 10 years experience. First of all, what's your name? Sorry, I just didn't get your name.
This Puneet here, Naveen.
Puneet, see,
Puneet.
see, from my side, I really don't want to criticize any profile, anyone. But do you really think so? You really want to go towards agile or sorry, a Scrum Master side? You have spent 9 years, 10 years in your automation and QA things. You really want to move towards agile and move towards a Scrum Master. Scrum Master totally different. We are technical people, right? So I would advise you if you're asking this question from my side, I would never go to Scrum Master side until unless there is something really cool stuff over there. You really want to play with the Jira tickets or really want to play with the conferences and set up the meetings between two different stakeholders. That's it. I want to contribute for the community. I want to contribute for the open source. I want to write the framework. I want to design something. I want to contribute for my development. That's called super learning, right? That's simple, cool stuff. So this is what I would advise you after 9 years and 10 years. Now you should target about maybe staff engineer or principal QA engineer or maybe automation architect after 2 years and 3 years. You can become. Why not? Try to learn all these full stack tools and technologies, whatever things that we have in the market. Try to learn about each and everything. Create your strong profile, maintain your repo, git repo, push your code over there, start thinking in towards in that area that okay, yeah, this is what I can do for my automation from my utilities, and try to publish, try to help them. It will give you a lot of confidence. And see, whenever you're going with 10 years experience, right, people will expect you a lot. Improve about your design patterns. How will you design? Let's say if I asked you that, okay, hey, how will you design a car parking system? How will you design a WhatsApp server? How will you design a messaging queue? These kind of questions people will ask. Don't think that okay, you are a QA and you are an SDET. People won't ask you. People will ask you if you are really going with the really good companies like Walmart, Flipkart, and SAP, and all those people. So people will ask you these kind of questions because they really want to see your mindset. What exactly you have done from last 10 years in the industry? Do you understand the microservices architecture or not? Do you understand what is the importance of performance in the security? So try to be open up. Don't just limit it to my manual test cases only Zira. This is how we have to write a test case. No, you have already done it. Now you have to think to the next level. You have to raise the bar high, right? So that's my
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Another
Thanks,
point,
Naveen.
Vinod, from my side. let's say you are going to non-technical, or let's say you're not are going to the management side, let's say. Okay, so that is coming back to architecture side or coming back to technical is going to be a little tough for you, because once you lose the touch from the programming or from this concept side, it will be very tough for you to shift back. Another thing, when you see the payment wise and if you see the salary wise, always the architects have the highest salary. Plus uh, I will just give you another perspective from my side. If you're a technical guy, then if you have seen in companies, when you go with 10 plus 15 plus, you also have a chance to become a corporate trainer, or you can become a teacher, you can also become a freelancer. But when you jump into management side, or let's say you're only playing a scrum master role, or you just want to become simple manager, then you will not be having this option to become freelancer or this corporate trainer, which is my perspective. So like, as I know, Naveen and me will never jump into management side. I will always play a role of architecture, at least a technical role I will play in my company. I will never shift into the management side, or at least the scrum master side.
I'll
So this is just
definitely.
my, yeah, this is just
Yes,
my
yes, I
perspective.
totally
But
agree.
at the end of the day, it's your call. But this is what our thoughts.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Mukesh. It gave me a
yeah,
direction.
Naveen. I have this is Aditya here. I have one request. Could you please publish a video on how to mock a services? Is that possible from your side?
Yeah, we can do that. There are a lot of tools like WireMock is available, Mockito is available, and
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Like suppose I'm getting an issue like we have to replicate the customer like a customer scenario like payment gateway etc etc. So we need to mock those services, right?
yeah, we can.
So
I just got.
can we get a dedicated video for that?
Yeah, we can do that. And Mukesh, you can see that this is Macoon test also that I've already used that. So definitely we can prepare something like that. So Mockito is there, WireMock is there, Macoon test servers are available. In fact, in Postman also you can do that. Okay, you can create some dummy services. You can call them, get the response, the fake response or sample response, and then start creating your end-to-end test cases. Okay, so I think we are done with that. With all the questions, guys, it's really like late for us, 10:40. So
Yeah,
what the last
just one
request?
question, Naveen.
Yeah,
I guess a couple of people have asked this question, so I just want to give a small answer on this.
yeah, sure.
What do you mean by full stack QA? Okay, so if you can see this diagram, this is full stack, not QA, but full stack developer. So this is just fancy term, guys. We have been doing this from long time, and everybody's doing it. Is just we got some new terms, new technologies. So if you see this diagram, on the lower side, you can see we have a platform. As I said earlier, it's AWS, Azure, Google, right? So these are just the platforms where your application or where your OS will be installed. Then you have your programming languages where your logic will be implemented. Then we have the databases, right, where the data is getting stored, which is Postgre, MySQL, NoSQL, SAP HANA, Oracle. Then we have the APIs exposed, right? So you can see REST, SOAP, okay, different kind of APIs. And finally, we have the UI, which can be developed on the AngularJS, Bootstrap, HTML5, jQuery, JSON, React.js, and number of things. So this is how the full stack developer works. So if you want to become a full stack QA, it means you need to focus into each area. So when I say you need to also do the platform automation, okay, you also have to perform unit testing. You have to DB testing. You need to do API, and you need to do the UI testing as well. So this is I mean by full stack QA. There's so many people even in my organization, they do all kind of automation, but we don't give a specific term called full stack QA. But yeah, this is what full stack QA does. It focus on each and every area where the development is happening, where the changes are happening. Okay, so if you are able to touch all the areas, you are a full stack QA.
Yeah, that's just a fancy term, right, Mukesh? Full stack. I never
Yeah,
heard about it.
exactly.
2, 3 years back, we were
Yeah,
never
because
full stack. Yeah.
yeah, even I have done this multiple times, but I never got this term or this position that you are full stack QA. But nowadays, because of these new technologies, they are just giving a new term, full stack QA. So this is what do you mean by full stack QA? As of now, if you are focusing only on the UI, then it's high time that you change or test all the areas. Anyways, APIs we have done, right? APIs are the backbone. It's evergreen, very less changes, maintenance very low, very stable. So UI and API anyways we are doing. Only thing you just need to focus on the different stack, okay, which is platform, DB, and the unit test cases. Yeah, that's all from my side, guys, and I will go on mute. So Naveen, maybe we can
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
ask
Mukesh,
a couple of
you,
yeah.
yeah, Mukesh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Naveen. I'm done from my
What
side.
I'm saying is, you just stop sharing your screen, and I would request all of you that, if we can take a picture, like we will, turn on our webcam, and we'll take a picture, for this particular session. That will be great. Is it okay for you all? It's fine. We can just, yeah. First of all, that guys, thank you so
I'm
much.
fine with.
This. So I'm also turning on my cam, and then we can have, Mukesh, you just need to stop sharing the screen so that we can, get a full picture actually. Just clear on and stop sharing. I hope you can see me, right? I'm in red. I think I'm wearing red, so I hope you can see me.
No. We are not able to see you, Naveen.
Is it? No, you can. That my webcam is on. Hey guys.
I can see you, Naveen. I can see you.
I can see you, Naveen. I can
See
see
you,
you.
Naveen.
I think there's a
Can
bar at the top.
we can see Mukesh this thing, the what he has
Screenshot.
shared a wallpaper.
Mukesh, you need to.
Yeah.
Okay, stop sharing your screen, Mukesh. Mukesh is a big person. He doesn't listen to me. So okay. So meanwhile, I'm just going to stop the recording.